Hello and welcome back to Kirby Squeak Squad Part 5 for the Nintendo DS. And in this world in this part we are entering World 5, the volcano themed area.
The vocal volcano.
Not really the vocal volcano. I'm not entirely sure what particular volcano it would be, but vocal is not a good adjective for it.
If the hills could speak, they would have much to say.
Yes, like please stop wearing your stupid shoes on us.
Like, where did you get that helmet, Kirby?
Alright, I think this is one of the first times we've actually managed to show off the throw power. The throw power in this game is actually pretty powerful.
Hadouken?
It is not Hadouken, no, that's the fighter power. The throw power has got a ranged grapple on it, which will allow you to grab virtually anything that you can see. Well, it's not that long of range, but you know, it's close. I'm attempting to get a one up here.
We did it. Or did we?
And there we go.
Oh, it takes 3 to make
Once you have your target grasp, you can throw them in 3 directions: diagonally up, straight forward, or diagonally down. Fuck this power. I hate Cupid.
I'm going to shoot my arrows of love into your soul.
And I'll be just happy with it at all times.
I am influencing you in ways you cannot possibly understand. You shot him in the ass. Actually, I believe Cupid most frequently shoots you in one of 2 places, either the head or the butt.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you are being quite amorous and affectionate, and then you turn around, it's, my god, he's got Cupid arrow in his ass.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure about all the popular renditions of Cupid. I remember that in the Percy Jackson series, Eros is very much an asshole, but he's an asshole for the betterment of people individually.
I'm actually surprised that Eros made an appearance in Percy Jackson.
It's not in the movies, mind you, but the later books during the Roman saga, they end up fighting with Eros. Well, 2 characters end up fighting with Eros in order to have a revelation from one of the earliest characters.
It still strikes me as a little odd that they would make a character who's named after the god of sexual love for a fighting character.
He, because the writer is clearly male. He approaches it vastly differently than you would consider a normal fighting character.
So
dealing combat with Eros is more or less about dealing with your own feelings.
Oh, that is actually a subject of great interest to me. Is the intellectual and the savage brain, or rather that let's say the brain of intellect and the brain of affections. They're 2 distinct realms of the human personality.
And Waddle Doo cares for neither of them.
Waddle Doo also wears a hat that is split in 2 colors, just like his soul.
No, that's Kirby that wears the hat of 2 colors.
Kirby is also split between his own selfish desires and complete merciless onslaught of every freaking living thing in existence.
Not every living thing in existence, because he knows that he needs to keep at least some of the cows alive.
How else will he get the cream for bake the cake?
Exactly. You know, if Kirby was significantly more intelligent, I think he'd be a farmer.
He's gonna grow the crop instead of buying it. I mean, what am I talking about? Kirby doesn't have money. There are no markets in the Kirby universe, he just plucks it from the trees.
I actually really like the ivory color on Kirby. It's mostly bland, yes, but at the same point, it brings out a bunch of the smaller details in his model.
There's not much to him. I mean, he's got eyes, cheeks, and a little mouth.
Yes, but if you'll notice, his cheeks actually have distinct colors.
Well, yeah, they're he's blushing. He's always like, "Oh my, I have a."
But he can't always be blushing.
I have the vapors. Oh, it's another boss. Holy shit.
Yes, this is a mini boss rush for the most part. And after each mini boss, you're supposed to take their powers in order to get the treasure that's in the next room.
I was going to, while we were on the subject of Cupid, I did want to mention that I did read C.S. Lewis's adaptation, or rather retelling of the story, the legend of Cupid and Psyche, which I'm not.
I did not know that C.S. Lewis retold that. Mind you, I don't know anything about the legend of Cupid and Psyche, but
the story basically goes in the way that C.S. Lewis retold it. He also gave all the characters their own names and the world and the universe and such. Cupid is like, she's kind of like the ugly duckling in the family, and her sister Psyche is younger, more attractive, and infinitely more likable. Well, Psyche goes off on her own, and when they reunite, because Cupid goes to find her, she finds that Psyche has become enraptured by a paradise world that seems to exist only in her own mind. And Cupid's vain attempts to return Psyche to the world, they separate for 40 years, and in that time Cupid becomes the ruler, but ultimately unhappy, especially because she could never reunite with Psyche. That's basically the story in a nutshell.
Unfortunately, the giant Squeak dropped an invincibility candy at the end of the level, so no point in dropping it. The invincible
candies.
Hey, we mastered the ninja scroll.
I just remembered, invincibility candies has been a thing since Kirby's Dream Land.
Yep.
It's a lollipop.
I like World 5 in general, but there's not. It's weird. I know that I love this game. I seriously do. I think it's honestly one of the better Kirby games that I have played, in top 3 even. However, I'm finding that I don't really have all that much to say aside from relaying the basic information that's on screen.
Oh, what do you think of the color scheme in this level?
It's too goddamn red.
Too goddamn red.
Yes.
Look at kissy face.
Although that's something that I haven't talked about. Kirby actually has 2 different states of inhalation. He has the basic inhalation state, and then he has the advanced inhalation state. The advanced one you can reach by just by holding down the inhale button for a long enough period of time.
Just a little bit longer, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's first his mouth is open a little. It's oh, he's trying to eat something, and then it's oh god, it's a vacuum. Yes, Kirby, plunge your enemies into the fiery abyss.
For that is where they belong.
For all eternity.
Don't hit this button first, because if you hit this button first, the golden Waddle Dee ends up going into the pit of lava.
Nah.
Now, with the Master Ninja Scroll, we can do Fire Spout. It is not as useful as its name sounds.
Kurai. He's a Sakurai samurai.
I don't think so. Is Sakurai really the fire term?
No, Sakurai is the name of the guy who invented Kirby.
Oh.
So I'm saying he's a samurai that's been designed by Sakurai.
Ah. But he's not. He's a ninja.
Sakurai is a ninja. He's very surreptitious with his moves, but when he strikes, he is quite effective.
Ouch. Oh, we just missed it.
Damn it! It was a time puzzle. Try again.
Or you can use Cupid to cheat this.
You mean Cupid actually does have function after all?
Yes, Cupid has functionality. It's just terrible.
Nice. Okay.
Specifically, Cupid gives Kirby infinite flight for one, but for two, because he has an arced projectile, he can hit buttons that Kirby can't normally reach.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they intended you to do that in order to get that.
There were a bunch of different ways to do that. They had bomb, fire, and a beam here as well.
Yeah. Choose your own solution.
Or fail to choose your own solution.
And then perish as consequence. But where... The Squeak music is playing, but where's the Squeak? Oh, there he is.
Yeah. They decided to get in here a bit earlier.
I'm crazy old Squeak. My eyes are swirls and I can't see anything anymore.
Ouch. Alright, there we go. Level complete. Just gotta make it to the end without dying. There.
Do they have a cast call at the end of the game that shows like all the different iterations of Kirby?
No, they do not.
I thought that would have been a nice thing to include at the end.
Yep.
'Cause
oh, look, we got the red color.
red car?
No, red color.
Red car?
Well, I don't think that there's a wheelie puzzle in this level, is there? No. This room took me several different attempts to do. Simply because I tend to forget how you're supposed to do this level. It's not honestly that difficult, but you will probably end up coming through this level multiple times.
You mean in order to get everything, or?
In order to get everything.
That seems to be the case with a lot of these levels, is first you go through it the first time, you go one path, and you return, you go the other path, because the two paths are disconnected and don't let you connect to each other.
Yeah. And usually during those alternate splits, you'll end up getting an additional life.
So you can suicide and then go down the other path. Well, speaking of lives, I'm actually surprised you have as few lives as you do right now.
That's because the game does not save lives. After every recording session, I completely exit the game.
Ah. So you don't use save states?
No, I'm not using save states.
Ah.
I could use save states, but there really isn't a point to it.
Well, the
levels are usually short enough to where playing through them is not that big of a hassle.
Yeah. Ah, you missed a jar of honey.
Actually, that is a bottle of vitamins.
Vitamins? Nutrition?
Yep.
Unthinkable.
Nutritional foods are more beneficial for you than non-nutritional foods.
That's a life lesson. See, Kirby is trying to teach people to eat right.
No, by being a gluttonous omnivore.
Ah, the omnivore's dilemma. Do I eat the hammer or do I eat the ice? Do I eat the Cupid or do I eat the ninja? So many choices. Evil Squeak has the black treasure chest. I'm going to smack him with my hammer.
Yep. Good thing I didn't eat the hammer.
I found it especially humorous that it's a mouse creature that we have to smack with a hammer. It's like Tom and Jerry. Kirby and Squeak.
There we go.
There. Destroy his corpse. He has exploded.
And grab Spark, and then we can exit.
I'm not sure if I like the red color on Kirby. I get that
I honestly don't. It's way too red.
you can't see it
because it doesn't actually change the color of his shoes that much, you know?
There is a high contrast between his eyes and his body, which I guess is kind of cool, but you can barely see his mouth, and you absolutely can't see his cheeks.
Right.
Gotta see Kirby's cheeks, damn it. He's too cute.
Alright, and this is the second hardest boss in the game.
You mean Under Krakow?
Yes, Under Krakow.
Okay, what is this? It is the
Volcano Raccoon Owl.
Oh my god.
It is a Tanuki owl, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, just about, right?
The problem with this boss is actually the fire pit down below. Also, this attack. Dodging that attack is significantly harder than it looks like.
It looks like just avoiding this guy in general is pretty difficult, because he's fucking huge.
Yeah. It's not honestly his size that's the problem, it's how much he moves around.
Yeah, yeah, you have, like, no time to react to that, so you'd have to know his pattern. You'd have to know when he's about to enter he's about to end the first one and enter the second one, like, right there. No, Kirby! I believe in you! Destroy the Tanuki! Oh, God. No, Kirby! No! We're so close!
We are so
the
close.
pause menu can't save you.
But high jump can.
Dude, that was clutch.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't like that boss, to be perfectly honest. I think that there needs to be additional safe zones in that fight. But in the next part, we'll be moving on to World 6.
Remember to till we have faces by C.S. Lewis.